I'd say that I'm of the belief nowadays that the best way to grow on Amazon is low and slow, which obviously brand owners don't want to hear. But years ago, when it was kind of like the wild west of Amazon, it was just a case of like get as many sales as you can and get as many reviews as you can. But like I say, it was the wild west in those days, so like getting reviews was a lot easier, and there was a lot of different methods to getting reviews, which shall we say is like black hat, sometimes some grey hat. Obviously nowadays it's a more reliable review system, which is obviously more beneficial for sellers and buyers on Amazon. But it is harder nowadays to launch than it used to be, because it used to be just a case of like, get as much sales as you can through, spend as much as you can on ads, and then that would eventually rank, and then you're golden. You just start to like reduce back on certain areas in the ads to improve on profitability and maintain rank. What we found was after, and I think this is going back 2 3 years now, there was a point where like one of our clients wanted to spend like 15K on a launch, and we just absolutely blew through 15K, and we didn't even get their product into like the number 1 to number 4 spot. Now obviously they were massively disappointed, and one of the things, we still manage that product nowadays and they do generate sales, but one of the things that we've actually getting more traction nowadays, because they had to have a relaunch, they had to improve the product itself was flawed from the start. There were obviously issues with it. They were getting some poor reviews from the start, and they've actually like refined the product now, where it's in like a smaller packaging. The product is better. They've actually added features to the product as well to make it better by listening to the reviews. So that's amazing. And now what we've done, we've kind of done like a relaunch. We've spent like a fraction of what that initial budget was during the launch. And yeah, like the way that I'm seeing the growth on this product is, it's not as quick as the founder would like, but to be honest with you, as long as you're actually growing and you're making profit, then that's the main thing nowadays. Yes, there are going to be instances where you can, get hockey stick growth from a launch, but it depends on the category nowadays. There's the new products, trending products is probably easier to do it with, but if we're going after products where they're somewhat generic and it's difficult to compete, because obviously you've got to differentiate yourself, which is what they've done now, then obviously it's a little bit more challenging. But we are getting it, and like I say, low and slow is the best approach. And I think as well, I think a lot of Amazon sellers, and we're not talking about the big brands, but we're talking about just like the general small to medium business sizes, they overlook the need for the amount of stock that is required when selling on like Amazon US. It's not so much in the UK, but it's still a need there. But basically what you want is to have enough stock to cover like all of the fulfillment warehouses in the US, so they can get next day delivery on every single one of them. And then from there, then obviously you're going to have high conversion rates. But what a lot of Amazon sellers don't realize is that it's a lot of stock, depending on the product, obviously. So you need a good product, you need a lot of stock, you need to be building good reviews, and then you can have a good launch. Real quick, if you're running Amazon ads and they're not performing as well as you'd like, then I'd like to give you a free gift. We built an Amazon ads assessment tool that audits your ads in seconds. It shows you what's wasted spend, what's working, and where the biggest opportunities are to improve your Amazon ads. We use this on every single account that we manage. It's easy to use, it gives incredible insights and clarity. And so I'd like to give you this absolutely free. Go to assessment.wearemaz.com, upload your bulk sheet, and get your detailed insights in seconds. And if you want help implementing any of the changes that the audit suggests to you, then you can book a call with my team and we can see if we can help.